36,400,000. That's how many intelligent civilizations should exist in our galaxy, according to the Drake equation. For the past 78 years, we've been broadcasting everything about ourselves out into the cosmos. Our radio, our television, our history, our greatest discoveries. We've been screaming into the void, desperate to know if we're alone. 36 million civilizations out there, and after nearly a century of listening, we'd heard nothing back. We were alone. Fearful. That was 5 minutes ago. The transmission came in on every frequency equal to a multiple of a known transcendental number times the hydrogen line, the radio frequency of neutral hydrogen that we'd long used as a cosmic beacon. Transcendental harmonics like that, a frequency of hydrogen multiplied by pi, don't occur in nature. Whatever this was, it was artificial. The signal pulsed rapidly, at a perfectly uniform amplitude. My first instinct was some form of digital modulation. I counted the pulses, 1,669 in the single minute the transmission was active. Then silence again. At first, the numbers made no sense, just a random jumble of noise, or so it seemed. But the pulses were too regular, and these frequencies were always quiet. There had to be an artificial source. I looked at the transmission again, and, fearful, my heart stopped. 1,669. The exact length of the Arecibo message we'd sent out 40 years ago. My hands were shaking as I began assembling the bits into the original 7323 rectangle. I wasn't halfway through before I had my answer. It was the same message. Binary numbers from 1 to 10, atomic numbers of the elements that make up life. The chemical formulas of our DNA nucleotides. Someone had been listening, and they wanted us to know it. Then it hit me. The message had been sent 40 years ago. That meant the source had to be within 20 light years of Earth. A civilization close enough for a back and forth. This would overturn everything in every field I'd ever worked in. Astrophysics, astrobiology, astro. Nervous. The signal started again. Slow this time. Deliberately slow. The transmission had been running for less than 5 minutes, each new bit arriving 1 per second. I started writing them down, even though the computers were already doing it for me. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2. I could tell immediately this wasn't the same message as before. My mind was racing, frantically cycling through possibilities. Then it was over. 248 bits total. Far too little for anything complex. How much can you really say to another civilization in 248 bits? On a computer, files that small can only hold nervous text. Could they actually have sent us a message in our own language? When I thought about it, it wasn't so far-fetched. We'd been broadcasting every language on Earth for 70 years. I started decoding it with the first scheme that came to mind. ASCII. Anzu, Manzu, Bandu, Jorupin. 0, B. 0, Pun, Du, 1, E. By the time I'd pieced the last of it together, fearful, I felt sick. The words spoke for themselves. Whisper, be quiet, or they will hear you.